Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Your boy Sauce here with We Are Rap. Doing a quick introductory video for you all, going over some more technical stuff that we want to kind of bypass before we get to class for our brand new summer workshop with Mid-Continent Public Library called the Best Rap Workshop Ever. So if you're watching this, thank you for participating. And just check this video out. You can watch it multiple times if you need. And this is just going to prep you for all the technical stuff before we actually get into the classroom, start recording, start writing, and doing all these fun things. So just bear with me, and hope y'all like it. So first things first, We Are Rap is a hip hop education program. We've been around since 2017. We've worked with various organizations, and the library, Mid-Continent, is one of our favorite organizations to work with. We get to experiment, be creative, and figure out what works. So I want to go through some technical things about hip hop and writing, and so that we can be prepared as soon as we hit the classroom. We're on the ground running. So I was going to talk about so this is, a case for rap's place in the creative writing world. A lot of times, hip hop doesn't get the same recognition that poetry or other forms of creative writing, like writing of a novel or a screenplay. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, those are all creative writing type of things. But when you really look at rap as an art form, you get to see that it shares the same literary techniques across the board, and there's even a few more things that makes rap even more unique. So I want to just kind of cover that, and then we'll move on and watch a couple videos, and we'll get ready for the real classroom. All right, so rapping or rhyming, spitting, emceeing is a musical form of vocal delivery that incorporates rhyme, rhythmic speech, and street vernacular, which is performed or chanted in a variety of ways, usually over a beat. Historically, rap has often been denied as a true writing art form, though it shares the same techniques as any other creative writing style, known as literary techniques. So I'm just going to keep reading here. According to literarydevices.com, literary devices or literary techniques are specific structures that writers often use to add meaning or create more compelling stories for the reader. Some common examples, and you probably already heard these in English class: metaphors, alliterations, hyperbole, imagery, similes, right? These techniques can give the reader a greater understanding and a more creative understanding to the meaning of the writer's intent. Rapping consists of all of these things, all of these different techniques, and that's just a piece of creating the art. Your rap is your art piece, right? It's just a piece of creating that. You have multiple things that go into actually creating a rap and delivering the rap. You have topics like form, editing, rhyming techniques, actually putting the words to the music, collaborating with other artists, vocal techniques, studio tips, performance, different things like that actually go into creating the rap and performing or delivering the piece to the listener. Now, the first thing that's very important, all of these are important. The first thing that's very important is the flow. The flow is defined as the rhythms and the rhyme of the beat. It's the way that the rap that you wrote carries itself along the beat. That's the flow, right? So the flow of a hip hop song's lyrics and how they interact. Flow is defined as the rhythm and the rhymes of a hip hop song's lyrics and how they interact. In the book How to Rap, they break flows down into rhyme schemes, and rhythm, also known as cadence. Flow is also sometimes used to refer to elements of the delivery, pitch, and volume as well, though often a distinction is made between flow and the delivery, and we'll talk about delivery here. So to successfully deliver a rap, a rapper must also develop vocal presence, enunciation and breath control. Vocal presence is the distinctiveness of a rapper's voice on record. Enunciation is essential to a flowing rap. Some rappers choose also to exaggerate it for a comic effect and an artistic effect, or sometimes they kind of like not enunciate and pronunciate everything on purpose as well for the same kind of effect. I know there's a modern term called mumble rap, and they have done that and created, entire melodies out of words that you may not hear clearly, but they're doing some people do it on purpose for that reason, just to be more creative. Also, with breath control, taking in air without interrupting one's delivery, it's a very important skill for a rapper to master. And I mean, especially if you're going to be performing on stage and things of that nature, you definitely gotta have breath control and pace yourself when you're delivering your raps. Next, you have styles, the styles of rap. You have the chant. It's used by Lil Jon and the East Side Boys. Anybody know who they are? The Migos. A lot of the ad libs in the background that you hear. A lot of Southern artists use the chant. A lot of repetitive things that just kind of get you hooked on what they're saying in the songs or whatever. Then you have the syncopated bounce, aka fast rapping. Twista, Tech Nine, Eminem, people like that who rap fast, and that takes a lot of breath control. That's another style. Also, you have straightforward rap. This is used by Tupac, Rick Ross, Snoop Dogg. Basically, this rapping style is they rely a lot upon like realism and saying what they mean exactly. There's not a lot of wordplay and things. I mean, there is some wordplay, but there's not a lot of complex techniques being used. They love to reach the audience. They love to reach a more general audience, but being straightforward with their music. Then you have the Rubik's Cube. This is the very complex raps. You hear this from people like Kendrick Lamar, Nas, Lupe Fiasco, Eminem. This is, Kendrick can have a whole song about a quarter, and it's a metaphor and or personification of something that doesn't even, that you didn't know until you heard it your fourth or fifth time. So there are a lot of ways like that people use these complex literary devices to show off their creativity, but to also for people who are really hip hop fans and really love the creative writing side of it, to really just kind of geek out like, man, that was a metaphor, that was a simile. Did you hear when he used this double entendre? I do that a lot with Jay-Z. Like Jay-Z is like the king of double entendre, so you can hear that a lot. And lastly, you have the singing rhythm style. So this is the dominant style of music of hip hop right now. It's the melodic. It's Drake. A lot of the auto tune. Any rapper that's using auto tune, they're using melodies. They're using that singing rhythm style. Drake, Future, Gunna. A lot of people like that. And this is the most like. It's kind of like if you don't have any kind of singing rhythm style in your music right now as a rapper, it's kind of hard to get out there because everyone loves this right now. And it was made popular by people like 50 Cent, Ja Rule, DMX back in the late 90s, early 2000s as well. But right now I think kind of Drake just kind of took that thing and just ran with it, so. Now this is probably, the next subject is probably the most important of rap as an actual art form and a creative writing piece, and what makes it different from everything else, from poetry, from all these other creative writing forms. So MCs use many different rhyming techniques, including complex rhyme schemes. As Adam Krims points out, the complexity involving multiple rhymes in the same rhyme internal rhymes, offbeat rhymes. There's also a widespread of multi-syllable rhymes where each syllable in a bar above the next bar rhymes together, right? So you have, so say you say my name is, then your next bar, everything will rhyme. My and my, name and name, is whatever, right? Everything rhymes. Now internal rhymes is where you have two rhyming words that rhyme on the inside and then words that rhyme on the outside. So you might have, I have a cat, a dog, a hog, and a bat. So cat and bat rhyme, dog and hog rhyme on the inside. Those are eternal rhymes, right? So um, there is a widespread use of these type of complex rhymes um, with artists like Eminem, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, right? It has been noted that rap's use of rhyme is some of the most advanced in all forms of poetry. Music scholar Adam Bradley notes that rap rhymes so much and with such variety that it is now the largest and richest contemporary archive of rhymed words. It has done more than any other art form in recent history to expand rhyme's formal range and expressive possibilities. Rhyme is often thought to be the most important factor in rap writing because rhyme is what gives rap lyrics their musicality. So you can hear, like, you could take a rap and take the beat off of it and it would sound just like a poem. But you probably couldn't put a poem that was written to be a poem on a beat and make it a rap because it might not have those rhyming words. So if you think of nursery rhymes, the wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round, right? The thing that hooks us is the rhyme and the way that it repeats itself. We always know that we're going to be saying that round and round. We always know we're going to be rhyming, right? Even our alphabet rhymes. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, right? So that hooks you and keeps you going, carrying along to remember and memorize things easier. So with a rap, it's so much, it's so unique that you can have rhymes, multiple rhymes that are keeping you going with the beat, and that creates the musicality of it, right? The rhyme of it. So that's just very interesting to think about how big rap is as a creative writing form, and how many think about how many rap songs there are, and how many times multiple words have rhymed with each other, since rap was invented, so that makes perfect sense. Now, another one, I'm not gonna go through all of these. All right, I'm gonna go through maybe two more. Another one is subject matter. It's very important. We can rhyme all day, but what are we talking about? Okay, what is our subject matter? So first you have, this is one of the most popular ones because this is how hip hop started. Party rhymes. It's meant to pump up the crowd at a party. So, in any song about dancing and or whatever, we're at a party, a birthday party, or you're at a whatever kind of party, right? Yeah, party rhymes meant to pump up the crowd at a party were nearly the exclusive focus of old school hip hop. Old school hip hop was all about partying and having a good time coming together. The DJs had a different role back. Well, they still have the same role, but the rap wasn't so focused on the MC as it was on the DJ. The DJ set the mood for the party, for the event, right? And then the MC would just kind of manage it. So with party rhymes being the focus of old school hip hop, it still remains a staple in hip hop music to this day. In addition to party raps, rappers also tend to make references to love, right? So you have love raps. They were first popularized by Spoonie G of the Treacherous Three. I don't even know who that is. You probably don't either. And later in the golden age of hip hop, this is the 90s. So whenever you hear somebody say the golden age of hip hop, they're talking about the 1990s, right? Big Daddy Kane, Heavy D, LL Cool J. You might have heard of him. He's an actor and stuff now. They continued this tradition. Right now, I think Drake, Jack Harlow, and a few other rappers. They make a lot of like love song raps or whatever. Um, then you have socio-political subject matter. East Coast hip hop artists were real big with this. KRS-One, some legends like Public Enemy, Most Def, Talib Kweli. Jay-Z has a lot. Nas, of course. Dead Press, etc. Right now, I think the people that's making that kind of music is like J. Cole, um, Kendrick Lamar, um, Lil Baby. Lil Baby had a song that was a real good social political song. Then you have a lot of artists from the West Coast who came out with a lot of social political stuff too, like Tupac. Right, he was known for being very vocal about our communities and what's going on in politics and in our social lives. Um, so yeah, he rapped about a lot of different things on that spectrum. Now, all right. So next we'll talk about diction and dialect. All right. This is the way you're talking, the way you say things, the type of words you say, um, and how they sound as well. So many hip hop listeners believe that a rapper's lyrics are enhanced by a complex vocabulary. Kool Moe Dee, legendary hip hop figure, claims that he appealed to older audiences by using a complex vocabulary in his raps. Rap is famous, however, for having its own vocabulary. From international hip hop slang, right now you have the grime rap. New York kind of borrowed its style. They call it drill rap up there, but that style is from London. It's called grime rap, and they use words like men's and a lot of different words. I don't even know all the words, but they use a lot of different words like that. All right, so when you hear these terms, you can kind of identify where a rapper is from, or where what a rapper what area of the world of the nation that a rapper is influenced by, or what type of culture they've experienced. So, for instance, some artists like the Wu-Tang Clan develop an entire lexicon among their own group. They have their own slang that only true listeners of Wu-Tang would know what these words are. But you also have, from international to regional slang. So you have certain regions have introduced their unique slang to hip hop culture, such as the Bay Area. You got yada I mean, the word thizzle, hyphy. And the way they say it, the way they do, the pop in my collar, that's all from Bay Area. That's from E40, from Too Short, all the way up to now with, of course, Mac Dre, R.A.P, the legendary Mac Dre. And then you have Mozzie. Mozzie's probably one of the biggest artists from that area. He's not from the Bay exactly, but he's from that California area that they really have their own dialects and dictions, and the way they pronounce words and the things that they say. So that's just another example. And also Houston, Houston, Texas. You got Chameleon there, Lil Flip, Paul Wall, more of the new age artists who come even from Dallas and some of the other cities down there, Port Arthur, where UGK is from. Yellow Beezy. See the way he talks, like that's their own thing. So when you hear a rapper that's from Houston, they probably sound like a certain way, and they might call a car a slab. They might say 84s poking out. That means something down there. Though. That's a type of rim on a car. Fifth wheel on back, trunk popped, neon showing, neon lights in your car. Like that's a cultural thing down in Texas. I went to Texas, to Austin, Texas. We performed at South by Southwest a few years ago, And it was just amazing to actually see that culture in play. Like everybody rides like that down there. Everything's like cars are like a big thing down in Houston. Of course, right now that one of the cities that's kind of running hip hop, Atlanta. You got, Ti, Migos, Future, Gunna, you know, Lil Baby. The way they talk, the things they say, Shawty, and a lot of things like this. That's another perfect example. And last but not least, I think this city is influencing. Man, this city, the words they use, their slang, and the way they talk has influenced. Man, all of the younger rappers coming up right now. Well, Detroit. I haven't put Detroit in here, but Detroit too. Detroit has a lot of artists that are influencing, and you can hear it. When you hear these artists, you know where they're from. But Chicago, Chief Keef, Lil Durk, right? And when you hear certain words they use, you know where this rapper might be from, right? So like, I think that's so cool. Like, you could like create a regional map of language, of language and slang and AAVE, African American Vernacular English, based off of rap. What regions these people are from, what words are they using in their everyday slang, and what rappers are there, and you can kind of pinpoint it. Man, I might do that one day. I might do that. All right, so yeah, I think we're gonna stop right there. On that. So, well, that's all good and fun to know about all these technical things about rap and hip hop. But if you never wrote a rap before, how do you rap? And that's what we're gonna get into in the class. We're gonna create our own music, our own songs. Even if you don't want to be a rapper, even if you just want to be there to see how it feels to be in a studio. It's going to be a great time. But I'm going to still go through steps that'll make you more comfortable when we actually, get in the studio. So, how to rap in 2022. I'm going to pull up I found this online. I thought it was great. I thought it was great how they broke down different ways to get started rapping. All right, so quick. This is a quick start. It's 7 steps that they have on here. I like how they broke this down. This is a quick start, how to spit bars, 7 steps. I almost said 6, 7 steps. First, find a beat or instrumental that you love. Sometimes people are coming up with bars, with things they want to rap about, with words, with lines or whatever, without a beat. Me, I love finding a beat first. I like to feel the music. I like to hear what the producer has put together, and then and then see how I can add to it. So find a beat or instrumental that you love. Choose a topic to write about. One of the easiest ways I find topics to write about is already being inspired by something. I might be riding down the street and think, man, I might want to make a song about. I might see some trees or something and say, you know what, I'm gonna do an Earth Day song. Just something out of it. I'm gonna do a song for Earth Day. So when I find a beat that sounds like what I'm thinking about, I'm already knowing on this beat, I'm talking about this. So certain beats can lead you to talk about that. Certain beats that are more up tempo, that are more sound like it's easier to dance to, you can do a party song to. You can do a dance song to, right? Beats that may be a little bit darker and slower, emotional, that have like pianos and stuff in it. Like you could make like a more serious song. And it kind of goes, it makes sense. But another way to get going on the rap is finding your flow or your cadence in the song. How you're gonna rap to the beat and freestyling it. So just start rapping stuff. Just start, and you'll start finding your flow and start finding words. You might come up with one bar to start off with, and then from there you can create a whole song. Brainstorming lyrical ideas, rhymes, phrases that can go all into, furthermore into actually fleshing out the rap. Fit your lyrics into your flow. Number 6, refine and rewrite your lyrics, your melody, so they're not sloppy or offbeat. I found I go over my raps over and over again a lot of times. First of all, if I think it's something really dope that I wrote, I'm like, oh man, I wanna go back through it and see if I get that feeling like when I first heard me put this bar together. So but first of all, it's a great way to memorize your raps. And second of all, you can start trimming your rap down. Like you might have something where it's too many words. So you can take a word out or put a word in, etc. Treat it as if you was writing a poem or a short story at school and you had to proofread it and get it edited. Treat your raps the same way. And then lastly, structure the lyrics into a full rap song. So if you want to make a full rap song, you can structure your lyrics into a rap song. And usually the rap song structure is 8-bar hook, and we'll talk about bars here in a minute. An 8-bar hook, a 16-bar verse, an 8-bar hook, and a 16-bar verse, and maybe a third 16-bar verse. But this day and age, right now, people are usually using only two 16-bar verses and maybe two 8-bar hooks. The songs start faster as well. Instead of waiting for 4 or 8 bars to actually start saying something, people are coming in on 2 bars or the 4th bar. As soon as it comes in, no introduction, they might make a sound or a producer tag. 42 Doug, he has a whistle that he does at the beginning of his rhyme, so you hear that it's him now, right? One of my favorite artists from Kentucky right now, not Jack Harlow, but I like Jack too. ESTG, he has like this sound, like he's breathing kind of hard or something, and I know he's about to rap, and he usually doesn't come on and say, "Yo, it's ESTG. I'm about to, here I go. Listen." I do that a lot, but he'll just come on. He said that he tries to get your attention as soon as you hear the beat. He tries to get your attention the next time that it's good for him to come in. So that makes sense. But anyway, so now there's not any one perfect way to structure a song. You can have a 32-bar verse and an 8-bar hook, and that's your song. So you can do it however you want to do it, but you just want to make sure that you do have a structure to where you know where you're going to be at, where your hook is at, or where your bridge is at, and where your verse is at. So yeah, and this goes through like how songwriting was back in the day, how lyricism was king, but now melody is king, right? Rap songwriting is more about the vibe, the flow, and the all-important melody. Nowadays, a catchy melody in the verse, not only the chorus, is almost essential to a hip-hop song. Cadence and flow is also still important. Rappers like Migos made the triplet style flow popular with their song Versace. I don't know if you remember that song, Versace, right? So this new style of rap where everybody is dun 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 dun. That's a triplet, and it's actual musical. It's an actual musical cadence that's used by like Beethoven and people from from hundreds of years ago. But rappers have figured out how to make it rhyme. So anyway, how to rap for beginners. You got what is a rap bar? I got a video for that here soon. Traditional rap lyrics, flow. Modern rap lyrics, how to set the vibe. You got people like Triple X, Drake, Tory Lanez, Travis Scott, Future. They really show you how important the melody is to capturing an audience, and just getting that vibe down in the song. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and switch to this video about how to write a 16-bar verse or any bar. I'm not going to play the whole video, but how to write bars, how to count the bars on beat. So here we go. we'll stop it right there because we're going to actually write when we get into the studio. But I just wanted to give you a quick example of how you can easily find the bars of a beat. Bars are a musical measurement. So when you hear somebody, I got bars, he got bars. Yeah, we're talking about raps, but we're talking about an actual musical measurement that breaks down. Like I said, that breaks down with hip hop. Usually, a verse is 16 bars. There's 16 of these musical measurements. In each bar, you have four beats. So you have, so she said, one, two, three, four, two, two, three, four, or whatever, right? So it's different ways you can put rhymes on there. But usually, there's a rhyme on every four count, right? And that, when we talked about how rap rhymes so much that that makes the musicality and makes it different from a poem or a short story, a novel or whatever, or the other creative writing forms that it's related to, is those rhymes. And that's how the flow and the song keeps going. That's why you keep on nodding your head. If a rapper was rapping and he didn't rhyme, you would be like, it doesn't go, it doesn't make sense. Like, it's like, hey, he's not rhyming, right? So it's like the rhyme is so important to musicality, and that's why nursery rhymes are so addictive. You know them to this day, and so it's a very easy way to count bars. And if you still don't understand, we're definitely going to be digging into it more as we write and develop what we want to talk about, what angle, what type of song structure, what type of beat we're going to choose. We'll talk more about bars and making sure that we're on the beat and making sure that our rhymes are lining up correctly and stuff like that. So last thing, I think this is a very important thing. Just for people who have never been inside of a studio or in an area where you're recording, you hear yourself in the monitors and the headphones. Don't let like anybody you see anybody around. Don't let them get you nervous. Like, just with hip hop and recording, you need a certain amount of confidence and kind of saying, "Hey, I'm going to do this," because when you record into a microphone, it's going to pick up everything. It'll pick up, like me, I got asthma, so sometimes when I'm recording, you might hear a wheeze or something. I was like, hold on, man, let me take that out, But so there's like a preparedness that you need to have when we're in the studio. So, people rap at school in the hallways or on the lunch tables or at the lockers. It's different. It's just so easy to start rapping like right now and to your friends. But in the studio, there's a certain way you have to magnify your voice, a certain quietness we need in the room. There's a certain way you have to carry yourself around the microphone so it won't pick up things that you don't want in your verse or in your hook. And also, it's not just going to be rap either. We might break down the beat and talk. We might read a quote from Mark Twain or somebody, who knows, but we might have a movie reference or something. We're going to be as creative as possible. So if you don't want to rap, you can still contribute. If you are a musician, maybe you can add, a guitar lick to a song or something. Or if you sing, you can sing on the hook or sing on the verse. If you just want to add to the writing part, we'll make sure that you are added as your credit when we do the credits. We're going to show you all that stuff too. When we talk about credits of who all created the art, we'll make sure that you get your name on the credits as well, even though you might not have been a performer as well. So just come into the mindset of ready to learn. But when we get closer to finding the beat, learning about our topic, what we want to talk about, just kind of think about what you want your role to be. 'Cause everybody can't be the rapper, unfortunately, right? Sometimes, especially in Kansas City, we say, we have too many rappers and not enough A&Rs or not enough managers to actually manage music careers and stuff like that. But so somebody's going to have to do something different. And we're going to talk a little bit more about that as well. We're going to talk more about other opportunities outside of just being in front of the microphone. If you're on tour, somebody has to set up the stage. Somebody has to set up the lights. Somebody has to make sure that the microphone sounds good, make sure the video looks good. Videographers, photographers. There's so many different revolving pieces around the stage where the rapper is at or the studio. There's so many different pieces around that make that thing possible, make that thing happen. So maybe you could be assisting me and assisting Cortez with sound. Cortez is also a sound engineer. He knows how to hook up everything, so maybe you can assist him about learning about XLR cables and behind the scenes stuff as well. So definitely don't be intimidated with, you got to come in and rap. If you don't want to, it's a million things that we could do where you still could be a part of the project. We still could have fun. We still could, do something really cool that's not done much at a library, So that's it for this introductory video. Once again, I go by Sauce. Cortez Marcel will be with us as well. He's the other co-teacher of We Are Rap, and we just hope you are excited. And if you find somebody else who wants to join, please have them sign up, and we'll see you soon.